One station making history every day.
Chicago, Chicago.
Now, John Cass.
89 WKRS.
Hello, Chicago. 89 WOS. Lauren Cohn.
Morning.
John Cass.
We made it. It's Friday.
We made it in.
Did you make it in? It was a long drive.
It is 9:08 or 8 past 9. I finally made it in, and I'm very upset with everybody on the road. Didn't they know I was going to sleep late today?
But you listened to Homeland Security from yesterday, right? And you drove carefully.
I got here, okay?
We're so grateful you're here.
I cut across the city, took Archer Avenue.
Brought everybody in the office coffee and donuts.
No, I did not do that. But, one thing I noticed the other day, and you've noticed it, phones.
They're everywhere, John.
Very ubiquitous. Oh, that's a
we
great...
sleep with them.
That's radio talk for you, isn't it? Bring up the phones. But, okay, people are getting aggravated with the phones.
Yeah.
You see them on the L or on the public transportation, which I don't take because I don't want people coughing on me. And you see it in your office. Everyone's got
and you know everything
texting,
about everybody's conversation.
and they're talking and yelling and laughing. And the movies, I want to strangle somebody if I see it with the phone. But now we have this new deal. Fancy restaurants
in New
York are upset at what we call food porn. And I've had it where food porn has been sent to me by my foodie friends, where they'll go to some really high-end restaurant and take a picture of their plate, like, thanks a lot. You know, I'm eating a bowl of lentil soup, or I'm having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You look at home, you look at the phone, and there's veal chops with caramelized onions or something. Right?
Yeah, and you're sitting there having your sort of
bland
$1.99.
What is that? So what's going on here? What is this about?
So here's the thing. Some of these restaurants are getting complaints from their patrons that it's disturbing the mood and the etiquette of the restaurant. So they're basically telling folks, please don't take photos anymore of the food. Be
why?
Respectful.
What's can I take a picture? I'm buying this coq au vin.
If you were dining and having coq au vin with my mother, Judy Cohn,
right.
Judy Cohn Poser, she would, if you started taking pictures, even talking on your phone or texting, she would get up. She would give up her coq au vin and leave. She hates this. She hates when people take photos. If I took a photo, if I even looked at my email,
so
it's
vulgar,
rude.
so banal,
it's rude. It's
so
rude.
Beneath us. Let's see. So the New York Times reports that owners of upscale restaurants like Fat Duck, Les Bernardins, and Per Se is a restaurant, discourages flash photography from their guests. And I thought that we would call a famous restaurant owner in Chicago, George Lamperis of the Palace Grill, to weigh in on this important subject. George, are you there?
Good morning, everybody. How are you all?
Good morning.
George, people should know, if they don't already, Palace Grill is a famous restaurant on the west side. It's right near the stadium. You've got hockey coming back. You're happy, right?
I'm ecstatic. Hockey's back. It's a great thing for the city of Chicago, great thing for the country having hockey back, and the Blackhawks are on fire, so it's a great thing.
And a great thing for George Lamperis, my buddy at the Palace Grill, too.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to the big issue of the day. That Lauren found this, and I'm outraged. These fancy restaurant owners at places like the French Duck, or whatever they call their restaurants, don't want the people to take photos of the food. What say you, George, Mr. Restaurant Owner? If I go in there and get one of your omelets that has, 15 or 20 eggs in it, I don't know how many eggs.
22 to be exact.
Those things are gigantic. If I have some good Chicago food, are you going to stop me from taking a picture?
I gotta tell you, I think this is crazy. Of course I would not stop you from taking a picture. Now, mind you, I'm not an upscale restaurant like these other restaurants are. But I don't understand why they would stop it. I don't see any downside to it. Myself, personally, people come in here to take pictures of our food on a daily basis. And they're constantly putting it on Facebook, and they're constantly, look at what I just had at the Palace.
Yeah, it's
Right.
free advertising.
It's right. It's the best form of advertising that you can get. And
So you have a sign? Is there a sign in your at the Palace Grill? Food porn allowed?
That'd be a good sign to put up. I got to tell you, but I just don't understand these people. Why they wouldn't want anybody taking a picture of their food and retweeting it or resending it to somebody else. That's the best form of advertising you can get.
Well, because they, you know what, they think they think restaurants are an art form. They don't know that it's about satisfying the customer.
I think it's a generational thing. I do. I think it's a generational thing. Like I said about my mother, she wants the quiet and the comfort, and then the younger generations like to go in and take pictures and.
Well, taking a picture is a quiet thing. I can understand you get a table, 4 people on their cell phone, and everybody's screaming and yelling and talking into the phone. That's another thing. But taking a picture, and I don't see anything that is remotely wrong with that.
So you're saying, George, that as far as taking pictures, you allow it at the Palace Grill?
Absolutely. I would welcome that, and I personally think it's an honor when people take a picture of your food.
So you have a bacon cheeseburger waiting for me later?
Anytime for you, John.
Can you send us a picture?
I have one bacon cheeseburger. I'll send it to you.
All right, buddy. Hey, go Blackhawks. I know you're happy with that, and don't be mean to the people when they want to take food porn in George Lamperis' Palace Grill.
You come here, you take a picture anytime. I don't care. Even if I get a mutza, you come take a picture here.
Yeah, we got to teach the people the mutza, too.
Well,
thanks a lot.
It's an honor talking to you guys.
Thanks, George Yasu, and thanks for being on with us.
Be well. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. So we have callers coming in. I know people are upset. I know there's got to be somebody listening to this who likes to go to the fancy French restaurant
Doesn't want a picture.
And pay $7,000 for a veal chop. In the meantime, we're going to take a break. John Cass, Lauren Cohn, calls 591-8900. Back after this.
I can't believe I ate that whole thing.
You ate it, Ralph.
Hello, everybody. John Cass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS. We're talking phone etiquette.
I'm on my cell phone right now. I can't talk to you, John.
Yeah, I know you are because I'm reading the Townstone Financial text line at WLSAM 68683, and it looks like you've texted your own text line. Here it is from 630. Lauren Cohn, you are hot.
And I spelled my name wrong when I texted that.
Because that's the way to.
But thank you, 630.
But that's the way that's covered for yourself, right? You spelled your name wrong.
That's Second Life.
Lauren Cohn, you are hot. Awesome.
Thank you.
So anyway, these ubiquitous phones, my kids have them. They text at dinner. Betty gets upset. I get upset. We see them at the theater.
My pet peeve is I don't want to hear other people's conversation, especially on the train. And when they're having a conversation, my favorite thing is when they think that you don't hear them. They're right next to you. They're yelling on their phone at their boyfriend, their girlfriend, or whatever the conversation's about. And they actually think that they sort of look over at you.
Right.
Don't listen to my conversation. How can I not?
The worst one is when they're talking and walking on mission. I go out occasionally at work for fresh air, and I'm on Michigan Avenue looking around, and there are people talking to themselves, and they're laughing. So it's scary when I see people. I know that they're on the cell phone. They have the device in their ear.
Right, so it's hidden. You can't
see it exactly. But when you see random people walking down the street laughing hysterically to themselves, it's kind of scary. Anyway, are you going to take photos of your great food porn and send them to Lauren Cohn and me? Because we're waiting. Michael and Michelle in Barrington. Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Are you a food porner?
I am. I have to admit, I love it. I have a cooking class that I go to once a month, and I love food, and I love cooking it and making it look pretty. And when my husband and I are out dining, if it's something very cool looking or special, I'll take a picture of it, post it on Facebook. And,
like what?
Well, we were in New York. We took a road trip with our kids, and we went out one night, and it was just a work of art. Every dish that they brought out to us was beautiful, and I just was oohing and ahhing over every dish, and just had the best time taking a picture of it and putting it on Facebook, more for my friends And my mom is old and she lives by herself, and she always looks forward to the pictures on Facebook. And she'll even say, "You didn't take any pictures. You didn't."
Wait a second.
So,
you don't take your mom with you? You just send her pictures? Like, check out what we ate, Mom. This is awesome. Wish you were here.
Yeah, I wish she would come.
Yes, I know. I'm just
she's
teasing.
in Florida. But on the other hand, which I was telling your call screener, also, which I can support why people might not like it, we were at a very famous steakhouse. I don't know if you want me to share the name.
What, Peter Luger?
No, Morton's, I think.
As long as it's not negative.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
it is a little negative.
All right,
a little
well,
negative.
We'll just
You'll
have to
leave it out.
segue. I'm a baby talk show host. I have a brain for print, and
Okay.
I'll go ahead of myself. So, anyway, the main thing is if you go to a restaurant and you see something that's not very nice and you take a picture, I guess the owners might not like that.
Well, we took a picture because we ordered crab legs, and it was $48, and they brought us this plate that had, like, literally 2 crab legs on it. And we both looked at each other and said, "Really?" So we were a little disappointed.
And
We were
hungry.
laughing about it. It wasn't a negative thing. We actually laughed with the restaurant, with the waitress about it, and said, we're a little disappointed. And she was very sweet, and she actually brought the manager over, and he brought us more crab legs. And we said, well, we actually put this on Facebook, and he was like, "Oh no," So we did do that.
So you're kind of using your food porn as muscle. To get good, hey,
so we really weren't looking to, for the manager to
It's
come
so
over
Chicago
and give
of
us more
you.
crab legs. We just actually were shocked that we were at this restaurant, got crab legs, $48 worth, and they bring us this plate with 2 little crab legs on them. We were like, "That's it?"
Well, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, Michelle, and anybody else who's listening. Thanks for calling. Anybody else who's listening, we're going to be taking your calls 591-8800.
We're going to read a text coming up, too.
I want to know, can you go to regular restaurants with owners like George, Chris, Spiro, regular restaurants that I eat at? I'll let you take pictures. All right, back after this, Lauren Cohn, John Cass, 89 WLS.
He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
89 WLS. Tell me you're full, just eat it. Eat it. Get yourself an egg and beat it. Have some more chicken, have some more pie. It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. Just eat it. Just eat it. Just eat it.
Just eat it, Chicago. 89 WLS, John Cass, Lauren Cohn. Later in the show, we're going to have Peter Roskam, the Republican congressman, talking about the debt and the future of the Republican Party.
And is fat shaming the answer to the obesity epidemic?
Can you shame me skinny, Lauren? That's the question. Can you shame me skinny?
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to take a call. How about Larry from Joliet? Larry.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Into the fat porn thing, huh, Larry? I'm sorry, food porn. Food porn. Sorry, not fat porn.
Hold on. That's a
Too
different
much
show.
information. All right, Larry. Sorry.
That's all right. I actually got a new phone, and I've been guilty of doing this. Okay, I went to the Paradise Puff in Des Plaines.
Ooh.
I got my cheddar cheeseburgers with bacon on it, and some of those 3-layer fries.
What was your
chocolate
beverage?
Shake with it.
Eh.
And I had to take a picture of that. But the best thing I've photographed so far is a bowl of ceviche that I got out of a trunk. The lady drives around the city and feeds people out of the trunk of her car.
Because you know what, Larry? Are you?
And then you get the norovirus?
That's what I would like that, especially in July. Can I have some ceviche out of your trunk of your car?
In July?
In July?
I'll tell you what, John, if you want my number, I'll take you to the secret spot today, and we'll have it at 12 noon.
Give it to the producer, and hold on, and we'll talk to you later. Hold on, give it to the producer, Mr. Schnookums. And Cass, Lauren Cohn, we're taking your calls and texts, and more after this.
When you want Chicago's classic hits, turn to 94.7 WLS. For traffic and weather info, tune in to 890 AM WLS for traffic and weather first on the fives when you need it most.
When you see news happening, call the 89 WLS News Tip Hotline. Help make 89 WLS the most plugged-in news department in Chicago. See it, say it. The WLS News Tip Hotline, 312-236-0550. 888-203-07. We've got news coming up. John Cass, Lauren Cohn.
Hey, 630 says, John Cass, you were hot.
Not so hot.
Not so hot.
And then another
But they
one
spelled your
says,
name right.
from 708, Lauren, has Dan Proft asked you to lunch yet?
I don't know. Maybe we should text Dan Proft.
Okay, that's WLSAM. Text to 68683. Lauren, we're moving on away from the food porn, and I'm sorry I said fat porn because during the break I misspoke, and during the break I found out what fat porn was, which really creeped me out. I feel like taking a picture
Glad
of a
you know
cheeseburger
now.
right now.